to talk on the topic, do we ever get over the death of our loved ones? Or do we really move on? I've always heard people make this statement. When you die today, tomorrow, people will move on. Oh, enjoy your life. When you die tomorrow, when you are no more, once they bury you, people will go about their days. People will forget you. You will be buried and forgotten. I've heard people say that a lot. And my question is, do we really ever get over the death of our loved ones? Do we really move on? It all depends. The fact that you are buried and someone feels like using the restroom and they go and pee, it doesn't mean they're really moved on. But however, it all depends, right? It all depends. Those who really cared about you, those who really love you, those are the people who want to talk about. Will they move on? Will they forget about you so soon? I can assure you, they don't. They don't move on as people think. I'm a living example of someone who has buried people. And I know many other people who have buried people. They don't move on. They just try to cope each day with their activities because they have no choice. They don't move on. So recently, I watched a guy who lost 3 of his siblings. That's an adult, that's a man, that's a family man. He lost 3 of his siblings tragically. And he made a statement that marked me so much. That sometimes when you think you have it all together and you're trying to thrive and so forth, then you realize that pain, everything of loss, just come all over afresh at you again. So what can you say in this situation? The fact that he tries going about each day, builds a house, manages his businesses, you don't know what's going on without him. You don't know how many times he uses his handkerchief or tissue to clean his eyes while others are sleeping. Loss, grief is something so painful. Most of the time, only people who have experienced it indeed can understand this pain. So yesterday as well, I was discussing with my elder brother's friend, his childhood friend. Oh, my elder brother lost his life 8 years ago in a motor accident. He was a very young man. He was just 2 years older than me. You couldn't even differentiate who is older. We were so close. That he's lost his life. Have I moved on? My answer is a big no. The friend was lamenting. This is me, his sister. That's his friend. Another loved one. Me, another loved one. We didn't move on. We just tried to cope each day. We just try to reorient our brains. We do a lot of self-talk because we have no choice. I also belong to a grief support group. People who have lost their spouses, their children 50 years ago, they are still mourning. They are still in deep pain. They are going through so deep pain that words cannot explain. So we who love our relatives, you watching me who really loves that your relative, it's not easy to move on. I just want to remind you beforehand. You just have to create a system that will help you to keep coping each day. But you don't really move. There's a hole, there's a void that can never be filled. Sad but true. You keep giving yourself reasons. And one thing that helps sometimes is to share the good memories that you had with them, within you or with others. In my brother's case, for example, I had just one elder brother that my mom gave birth to. So I don't have any brother again when my brother that my mom gave birth to died. So that's so painful. What do? Sometimes I'm directed in the society, still as the way of coping. I might meet a man or a boy struggling in a situation. So I am helped somehow to be able to manifest that compassion that I had for my brother and love to assist that person. So it becomes easier for me even to share my resources with males, right? Because I just put myself like, it could be my elder brother, Abida. His name was Abida, who is no more. So those are, I just look at them through the light of, because I really loved my brother and I still love him. I'll be creating a more detailed video on grief, on how to overcome grief or how to cope with grief. Let me put it this way, because we don't really get over it. But by grace, each day there are little mechanisms and tips that can help you to cope. So my conclusion is this category of people who really loved their loved ones. I know there are fake relatives who don't care. They only wanted maybe some people's material resources. Those are not the people I'm talking of. This category of people who really loved their loved ones who are gone, who really cared about them, they don't move on as the society may say. Physically, they do activities, but deep in the heart, there is that void. They just try to cope. We don't have a choice. Hope my video clarified something. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Bye.